Hey BosSIS.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Tiff.
And this is
BosSIS.
Where ambition meets sisterhood.
And we talk about the highs, the lows, and everything in between concerning women in business and leadership. So today we have our very, very, very good friend here, Neff Jordan.
Hello.
Thank you, Neff, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And
I'm excited to be
as
here.
we get started, I want you to share who you are, what it is that you do, and what inspired you to pivot within your business.
A lot of questions. Okay.
That was 3 questions.
All right. That
You
was
got
three
it?
questions.
Okay.
That was three questions.
Okay.
I got you.
Got it.
First, I am Neff Jordan. I've been a cosmetologist for over 20 years.
Love it.
Starting out primarily doing hair. I had the opportunity to open a salon focusing on special events makeup, things like that. And about 2021 or 2020, I want to say like right before COVID hit, I closed my salon. God presented an opportunity for me to be a stay-at-home mom and wife.
I know that's right.
And sure enough,
Yes.
I took it.
I love it.
My husband moved us to Georgia,
Nice.
where I had to take some time, build my home, things
Right.
like that. So did all of that, and I got bored.
That happens.
My son started kindergarten.
He was like,
and
okay,
it's
I need something to do.
What we doing?
Right.
What we doing?
Right.
At that time, I was a little bit burnt out from business.
Wow.
You know, so I had no desire at all to restart a business or anything like that. I went and got a little bit job at Sephora where I just had the opportunity to do makeup and go home. And go home. Okay.
So is that why you didn't like business? It was a lot of, you felt like it was too strenuous, or?
I think for me, business was really, really a challenge because I suffer from some symptoms of ADHD.
Mm.
I don't say I have ADHD because one, I was not diagnosed.
Right.
But I did.
We all do that.
But after extensive research and things like that, I saw that a lot of those traits I had struggled with like my entire life.
Wow.
So for me, business was just hard.
Yeah.
It was hard. And especially having a talent. I know a lot of people talk about like talented people or artistic people, right?
Yeah.
You have the artistic people and then you have the business side. And a lot of times there are very few artists that have both. And I'm that artist.
Got
right?
it.
I don't want to do the paperwork. I don't want to do all of the monotonous things.
You just want to create.
I just want to create.
Yeah.
I just want to come. I want to show up. I want to make things beautiful and I want to go home.
Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
But in the process, I think that, you know, with me working at Sephora, what started happening is that I saw a need. And when I'm driven by needs, right?
Okay. Yes.
And so there was a necessity that I felt like just wasn't being tapped in a manner that I thought that it should be, you know? So I was experiencing a lot of women like coming into the store, right? Mm-hmm. And you would get these women who were like over 30, right? I want to say 30 all the way up to like 80 years old.
That's so
cute, right? So they would come in and have no clue as to what they were supposed to do with their makeup routines, anything like that,
Definitely know people
That's
like
me.
that.
Yes, right? And so you would think, which I believe that they think, when they come in, they automatically assume that everybody in the store, everyone who's coming to shop, know about makeup.
Right.
Right? And there were like person after person after person after person who would come in like insecure, very vulnerable, and just didn't have a clue, you know?
Wow.
And so with me seeing that, I was able to come up with different routines to help people to do it. I also learned that a lot of women were not interested in like these full faces, like this decked out, you know what I'm saying? Heavy makeup.
Yeah.
Sharp contour, you know, everybody's not into that. And
They
there
just
are
more into the quick fix.
Yeah, you just want to look put together.
Right.
You know, and I just believe that there's a space for that. And
Indeed.
so with me doing as many lessons as I had done, I realized, okay, that this is something that needed to be tapped into. The other issue that I ran into was just all of the insecurities that come along with aging.
Wow.
You know, you have all of these beautiful women who have experienced life, have come through many trials and tribulations and all of these great things, and they look in the mirror and don't like what they see.
Yeah.
You know, so
Changing.
it is. And that change.
That elasticity. enough.
Listen, that change, I believe, in my heart, it can be daunting, right? But I also believe that it should be glorious. It should be great. You know, I found that women would come in and not even really want to look in the mirror. Wow. You know, or they couldn't look in the mirror without pointing out something that was wrong.
Like an imperfection.
Yes, every single little one, you know. And I'm somebody who believes that the imperfections will always be there. They will show up. But just think about it, right? If you are 30, 35, you may have one line.
Right.
If you fixate on that one line, what's going to happen when you have 4? Mm-hmm. Wow. What's going to happen when you have 8? You know what I'm saying? It's like if you don't recognize and learn to celebrate and focus on the good things that are happening, you may have lines. I have women who literally have their face is wrinkled all over. But look at that lip. Wow. You got that great lip, baby. If you don't look at that, if you don't put that gloss on that lip, pout them, and you know.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
Yeah, so I realized that after I kept running into people with those type of issues and the type of encouragement that I would have to give. But that's not what I'm running into. It's not about people wanting to fix it, right? Yeah. It's about people just wanting to complain. And so what I've learned is to try to help people to let's just focus on the good.
Mm-hmm. It's so crazy that you were able.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It's so crazy that you were able to make that shift from like hair to makeup just based off of a need. Actually, from hair to stay-at-home mom to makeup just because you saw a need. I think that's absolutely amazing. And yes, that is definitely a need for women, especially the 40-plus club. Right. We definitely struggling out here sometimes.
Absolutely.
So.
And now that you've identified the need, what have you learned from starting over?
Oh, my goodness. So much. First of all, the shift from hair to makeup. I've always done makeup, you know. However, I think that, again, me being 40 plus, realizing that the hair industry requires so much of its stylists, especially Black women. I love you to life. Love you to life. Mm-hmm. However, on a stylist, we don't a lot of times have the option to just do one thing. Like I can't just do color. I gotta do colors, weaves, cuts, all it. You know, so it just wears the body down over a while, over time. So going into makeup was a little bit easier, right? And then the transition as you, what did you ask me again?
Starting over.
Okay, so the starting
What have you learned from starting over?
What have I learned? I learned to give myself grace. I've learned to give myself grace. I think that if you have started a project or you've started a business or you've started something and you didn't see it develop or grow the way that you had intended for it to grow or wanted it to grow, and you do that several times, I think that you have you run the risk of losing faith in yourself.
I agree.
You know, you stop believing in yourself. You stop believing that you can actually do something. You know, so for me, after struggling with, you know, so many things concerning like ADHD and things like that, it's like I had to learn how to work it. Wow. Right? Yeah. I had to learn how to make this thing not work against me, you know. So that's essentially what I learned from starting over. I had to learn how to take this thing that was working against me and make it work for me. And I'm still learning that. That is an ongoing process. Sometimes it works. And sometimes it does not.
Trial and error. You talked a little bit about the fear, right? The fear that you had of starting over. But how did you overcome that fear? Where did that confidence come from? Where did you pull that from?
BosSIS.
Hey.
Yep. I think
way to plug. Okay.
I think that for me, I had started the process. I saw the need. I started the process. I think the vision for what I wanted to do started to come about as to how I wanted to do it, what I wanted it to look like, how I wanted to model it. But the how to get it done. And that is a lot of times where people struggle at, right? Yes. Not just people with ADHD, but just all across the board. What's that one foot in front of the other, right? Yeah. So for me, you know, coming up here and, you know, having the opportunity to be around you guys, you know, be a part of the podcast and all of that stuff, helped me to see what pieces I needed to put together, what steps I needed to take,
and even how to execute,
right? So those were the things that kind of I felt like where that fear came in is like, are you going to be able to follow through? Now you're a wife,
right?
Now you're a mother. Now you have this business. How are you going to balance these things? What sacrifices are you going to make? How can you do this business and not sacrifice, the care of your child or your husband?
Right.
So all of those things, they still weigh on me. I still don't have all of the answers, but I believe in purpose. I believe in destiny. And I think that for whatever reason, I am in this field. God has given me a gift to be able to do this well.
Wow.
And I have a heart for women just loving themselves.
Yes.
I know that seems so cliche, and I know that everybody talks about it. But if we see the amount of women who genuinely do not love themselves and do not like what they see when they look in the mirror,
right.
It's just it's overwhelming.
Yes.
I have a personal testimony.
Yes. Go on.
Neff beat our faces today. And when I looked in that mirror,
yes,
the feeling of, wow, I really look beautiful.
It's amazing.
And I know that I'm a beautiful person, and I
Yes.
know I'm a beautiful woman, but the enhancement, your skill, you just brought everything to life that we wanted for our show. And we appreciate you for
sure.
traveling.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Come anytime.
To not only share your story, but to
Make
give
sure
us
we were
your
confident.
gift, to share
Yeah.
your gift with us. Yes, and make sure that we were right, because the face is tea.
It's tea.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful to still be able to do it.
Yeah.
People don't notice, and I don't know how many artists go through this, but I'm surprised every time.
What, really?
I'm surprised every time.
Right.
Every time I do a face and it come out right.
You're like,
I'm
wow.
surprised. Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god. That's why you'll see, like, when y'all see me do makeup, you'll see the shift.
Yeah.
Like, you'll see the like, oh, you did that.
Yes,
So so I'm definitely confident. I'm grateful for what I can do. But for all of those people with what they call it, imposter syndrome.
Yes.
Just know it is a real thing, but I think more people experience it than
we
not,
talk about,
right?
too, yeah.
And it's just like, just stay true to your gifts, stay true to yourself, and surround yourself with great people.
Yeah.
People who are doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing. Surround yourself with people who are doing what you want to do. If you don't have it in your basket, I talk a lot about what you got in your basket, right?
Yes.
If you don't have it in your basket, find somebody who does.
Wow.
And that most of the time helps. The accountability.
Wow.
The self-reflection, being able to admit, hey, look, I kind of dropped the ball on that, or I need to do this differently.
Yeah.
So all of those things.
So you have this opportunity to start over first, which is absolutely amazing. And for you guys watching, like, starting over can definitely be scary, but starting over is also a gift, right? And I'm asking you, Neff, with starting over, what opportunities or what new possibilities do you think this is going to unlock for you?
I think getting it right. It's an opportunity to get it right. I've learned a lot of what I don't want to do.
Oh, yes.
I've learned a lot of what not to do. So it's like this process right now is just getting it right. And getting it right does not necessarily mean it's a step-by-step thing, right? It's the battle but not the war. Win the small battles. You may lose some, but it's the overall thing. What are we trying to accomplish? What are we trying to get to? So it's just the opportunity to get it right. And I'll say this to anyone who has started and feel like you have failed. Nothing that you've been through will be wasted. There isn't a thing that I have ever done, any project I've ever started, that is wasted. It comes up later on. You have an opportunity to redo, fix, and win. So
Wow.
I'm
that's where I am.
inspired.
That's
Can
so
I just say,
inspirational. And I'm just so
Yes.
happy to see you, like, walking in what you love.
Walking in your purpose.
I've known you for a very long time now. And I've seen some of the shifts, and I see confidence this time. And I definitely see confidence. Probably, again, because of the lessons that you've learned. So I'm really excited to see what's next with Oh Honey, It's Makeup.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm so glad
I'm happy
you're
to
back.
be back.
Yay!
Thank you.
And I can't wait to have you back on our show again.
Listen, and I will have so much more to talk about.
Yep.
We're gonna book you for the face every time.
Yes. I know. We definitely discussed it. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Last question.
Okay.
What makes you a BosSIS?
I think that the introduction, when you say that you deal with all things, say it again. What is it?
Your highs, the lows,
yes.
Everything.
I'm everything in between. I'm everything in between.
Wow.
I'm everything in between.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's different. Okay. Guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thanks again, Neff, for coming on our show. So appreciate it. You shared so much insight about your journey and just not being afraid to start over. Guys, this is living proof it is okay to start over. Yes. It's okay.
Absolutely.
And don't forget to stay boss, sis.